Hi everybody, I'm Chris Maxwell, and today on the Fire Me channel we are going to be doing an update to our 2019 Cut the Cup challenge that we started mid-year. Now I'm a little tardy getting this video out, so I'm just going to be posting the results to basically the end of December of 2019, early January 2020. I apologize for that. I was hoping to have more videos out intermittent. However, I think it serves a purpose. We did pretty well on this, actually, a lot more than I had originally thought. So I'll just take a look here. All right. So when we started in Q2 of 2019, we basically started as our starting point. So we only had the latter half of the year. We had about 120 working days to the end of January 2020 as part of this review that we've been tracking. And what we ended up with was about an average cost of $2.83 to buy a cup of coffee. And that equated to a savings of about $339.60. Now, that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but you know, that's over $300 that we saved just by not buying coffee. The price that we had as a $2.83 for savings per cup, that was basically based on a Starbucks tall blonde or dark roast coffee. So that's what it cost at my local Starbucks that's close to my office. Some places it might be less, some places it might be more. If you're into specialty drinks, the price per cup is obviously significantly higher, but that was just for a basic plain black coffee. So not too bad, over $300. As you probably remember from the first video, or if you've just watched the first video to see what this whole Cut the Cup was all about, what we were going to do with the money was actually not just save it or spend it on other bills, but actually invest it. So all of this money actually got put into our $1 million portfolio. And if you're following along on that video series, it's one of the playlists. But basically, by the end of 2019, we had close to, just under $1,000 altogether. The money that fed that was roughly 50% funded by this Cut the Cup challenge, and the other half was roughly funded by some of our other passive income sources, which you can watch the videos for that. And the balance of it, because you might be saying, well, if this was 50% of the funded money and the other is 50%, where did the balance come from? Well, some of that was from share price appreciation, dividends, etc. So we actually did fairly well considering we started with $0, and this is a brand new portfolio, and we are trying to build the whole thing through passive and non-primary income sources. So we did pretty well, I think. Now, basically, there's some investment options, and I had written these down, so I'll just kind of go through them. So what we were going to do was either, like in our case, build our core positions. So in this first year of the $1 million portfolio, if you've been following along, we have been trying to build up our pillars of the portfolio, basically 5 key stocks that the whole portfolio was going to be centered around. Blue chip stocks, best of breed, things like JP Morgan, Chevron, Ventus. Go check the video series out. Apple will be added to that portfolio soon as well. Basically, this money is going to go towards building the foundation, the building blocks, those pillars of the portfolio is what I like to call them. For some of you, if you, depends how much you're saving from this coffee challenge. Some of you will be saving a lot more than others. I haven't been doing too bad. $300, it's $300. I'm not a huge, well, I shouldn't say I'm not a huge coffee drinker, but I'm not someone that goes out for coffee all the time. So for me, it wasn't a massive savings compared to some people that are doing this, but it's something. So the recommendation I had for people that have a little bit of money, but not a lot, so say you're in the $200-300 for savings, you can find some lower cost when I mean lower cost, I mean lower cost per unit shares to invest in. Something like Delta is a great stock. You know, it trades between $50 and $60. It's a low price to earnings multiple. It's got a good dividend. That's a great place to start, something like that, if you are just getting going. Now, I'm not a stockbroker, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not giving you investment recommendations, so do your own homework and due diligence, but I'm just trying to give you some ideas on the kind of things that you might want to look into. Buy a couple shares of a monthly dividend stock. So things like that, an idea like that, maybe you're going to buy something like a master limited partnership that pays a monthly dividend. There's a handful of stocks that do pay that monthly dividend, and or the other option is maybe you get a handful of stocks and they each pay dividends on different months, and that way you get a 12-month dividend portfolio. We'll probably be making another video actually on that, because you know, most people want some kind of a monthly check. Not every company pays a dividend every quarter. Sometimes it's semi-annually, sometimes it's every third month. It all really depends. Sometimes it is monthly, but in the future we'll probably make a video on, I think you can actually buy in individual stocks other than the ones that pay monthly. You can probably do it with 4 or 5 good companies that are actually offset on the months they distribute their dividend income. So we'll do a video on that, I think, sometime in the future, just so you guys can get an idea of some other options you might want to explore. Investment options, in our case, this is funding our $1 million portfolio challenge. As I mentioned earlier, we are trying to do this all through passive income and through non-primary income sources. So in other words, not our Monday to Friday 9 to 5 paycheck. And the biggest reason for that is everyone always says, I have no money to invest, I don't know how to get it, and all the rest of it. So these are just ways that you can kind of get some money into that portfolio to get started investing, period. Some of you might say, well, if you're buying the coffee, it is with your primary income source, but I get it, but it's really, okay, instead of buying this coffee, we are taking this money and putting it towards investments. That money would have been gone and out the door otherwise, and this is kind of, for lack of a better word, I'm going to call it found money. All right, guys, so that was our update for our 2019 year-end Cut the Cup Challenge update. We are going to continue this in 2020. I might do a kickoff video for 2020 as well, but we're already well into January. I just wanted to get this video kind of done and updated, just so you could see how much we actually did save. And if you haven't watched the initial video for the 2019 Cut the Cup Challenge, make sure you go check that out. It'll give you a broader idea of what we're trying to do with this, but the reality is we're trying to fund our $1 million portfolio. We are working towards building $1 million portfolio with nothing but passive income and kind of like these found revenue sources. So basically not taking our primary paycheck and putting that aside. We're trying to do it from kind of found money. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the challenge in 2019. We're going to continue this for 2020. Leave your comments below on how much you guys were able to save and what your savings target goals are for this Cut the Cup for the following year. I'm really hoping in 2020 with the full year we can be looking at something closer to $500, $600, maybe even $700 if we're really lucky, for a total year's savings from that put towards this $1 million portfolio. So anyways, make sure to give the video a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We've got lots of video series. The channel's very well organized with with a lot of playlists for different topic areas. We've got our $1 million portfolio challenge, our IPO portfolio. We have several other playlists as well for financial education, dividend investors. There's lots of interesting stuff, so make sure to subscribe, check out our video, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Have a great day.